everybody, it is I, Kimberly Christine, and I am here to give you a great tip. Now, I don't know what you guys did for New Year's, but I went roller skating and it was a lot of fun. I was super excited to go, even though I was surrounded by a lot of kids. I don't care, I was out there skating like I owned the place. Mind you, I'm not as awesome as a lot of these TikTok stars are. I hope someday to improve my skills and do all those wonderful little stationary tricks and whatnot. But I am here for one reason. Now, I had a car accident in 1987. I'm going to show you it. And since then, it's been hell wearing skates. Now, I don't know if you can see, it is a pretty brutal scar. All in through here, and it's affected some of the bone on the ankle as well. Now, there's a lot of scar tissue, which really makes it difficult when I'm wearing a skate. It starts to rub up and through here, and I have very bony ankles on top of it, so a lot of that scar tissue would constantly rub in the boot, and it would just open up the scar and the wound all over again, and it was difficult, and I really didn't skate a lot because of it. And it wasn't until about last year that I just said, you know, I need to get my skates back on. I've had these skates since the 90s. I got them in Haight-Ashbury, Skates on Haight. I've skated a few times, but I haven't really been in a lot of areas where they've had a skate rink and whatnot. So I would go outside to the best I could with whatever trails that they had, which were always rocky and difficult, and they weren't really cleared up. So I would always reopen the wound. So I just figured out a great tip. Now I'm here to show you two tips. One is maybe a little bit of the cheaper tip. So at first I had a compression sock, right? It's like a pantyhose in a way, but it's pretty shiny and you can kind of see it, and it's really thick, right? It's not, like a normal pantyhose, but it is more for compression. And, it does a great job protecting my foot. But the trick that I figured out, not to put the compression sock and then my regular cotton sock, but to do the cotton sock and the compression over it. The reason why, this compression sock is super slippery. And when I had the normal sock and it was rubbing up against the skate boot, it would just tear open the wound again. So by having the compression sock over the cotton sock, it would slip and slide over the boot, or in the boot. So there really wasn't a lot of friction, and it was perfect. I rarely came out with a scar. So this is a cheaper version. If any of you are having any scar tissue or any injuries and it's rubbing in the inside of the boot, I highly recommend going. You could probably go to like Walmart or Target and get these in probably like the, where they have a lot of the prescription stuff. You'll find compression stuff. Maybe, just maybe you might find it where they have like pantyhose as well. Give it a try. But get the thickest one. So that is one. So because I moved back home where there's a lot of snow, I want to get back into ice skating. And I started buying a lot of accessories for not only ice skating, but roller skating, because I have a roller rink now. And while I was shopping for ice skates, I saw this really interesting sock. It was like a half sock. And it, let me just take this guy off here. Sorry. So this is a sock that has gel on both sides, which make it perfect if you have bony ankles and they're constantly rubbing up against the boot of the skate, ice skate or roller skate. And, you know, you have a lot of, you know, rubs and some scars, you know, and some wounds happening from that. But this, I thought, would be perfect for my wound, thinking that not only do I have bony ankles as well, but this almost covers the exact spot where I have a lot of problems. So I wore this last night when I went skating. I was skating for about 3.5 hours, and not one cut, not one tear, not one breakage of skin. It's a little red, but I came out unscathed. So I cannot recommend these enough. When you buy them, you get a pair of them. So you have them for each foot. Don't wear a really heavy sock with it because, you know, it's thin, but it's thick, almost like that compression sock that I had. So these are perfect for those who have bony ankles and they rub against your boot, as well as scars or any old injuries or wounds that you keep tearing up because the boot keeps rubbing on the skates. So I got these, of course, I got these ones on Amazon. Just look for like gel socks or ankle protectors with gel. I don't remember the name. I wasn't well prepared for this video. But anyway, that is all I have to say, everybody. I hope you have a great new year. Skating, picking back up an old hobby that we all used to do back in the day. One thing that I told everybody last night, I went roller skating by myself, and I didn't care. And the thing about it is, when you go to a skate rink, you go with a bunch of friends, right? But you never all stand in one line sitting and talking and skating. Everybody goes off on their own because they all have their own abilities. So everybody is pretty much on their own when it comes to skating, unless it's a couple and you're holding hands skating or kissing, things like that. But don't be afraid to go to the roller rink by yourself. You know, it's a lot of fun. You're skating to the music practically by yourself anyway. There's no pressure. They don't do the snowball and stuff like that, right? You just hear good music and have good times skating. You know, you might see a few older people there too, either with their kids or getting back out on their skates as well. So don't be intimidated to go to the roller rink by yourself, because you won't regret it. You know, you're gonna go and you're gonna have a good time, and you're gonna be grateful that either A, you kept your roller skates and you're able to get back on them again, and maybe it's gonna be another hobby that you want to pick back up again, because it's great exercise. Holy cow. The one thing I wished I would have done is stretched before and after, because my legs are pretty damn sore for skating that long. Even if you're skating for 2 hours, you know, stretch a little bit before and after, because it's a great workout, and I'm happy to get back into it. That's all I gotta say. I know I took up a hell of a lot of time just to try to explain these nice little protective devices for any old injuries, wounds, or bony prominences. Otherwise than that, you guys have a great new year. Peace out, and within my friends, bye-bye.